The WWE Universe witnessed absolute chaos unfold when Seth Rollins made his shocking return to Monday Night Raw with fire in his eyes and vengeance on his mind. The visionary stepped through those ropes with one clear mission: to confront the man who has been tearing through the roster like a human wrecking ball, Bron Breakker. And if you want to see how this explosive rivalry reaches its boiling point, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, because things are about to get insane. Seth Rollins walked into that arena looking like a man possessed. His jaw was clenched tight, his eyes were locked on one target, and every step he took toward that ring echoed with the promise of destruction. The crowd erupted the moment his music hit because they knew exactly what was coming. This wasn't the calculated architect we've seen before. This wasn't the man who plays mind games and strategizes his way to victory. This was raw emotion, pure anger, and unfiltered rage, all wrapped up in one of the most dangerous performers in WWE history. Bron Breakker has been running through everyone in his path like they're nothing more than speed bumps on his road to dominance. The Intercontinental Champion has been flexing his muscles and throwing his weight around like he owns the entire show. He's been barking about how nobody can stop him, how he's the future of this business, and how everyone else needs to step aside and recognize his superiority. But Seth Rollins isn't just anyone. He's a multiple-time world champion, a WrestleMania main eventer, and someone who has proven time and time again that when his back is against the wall, he rises to the occasion like few others can. When Rollins grabbed that microphone, you could hear the intensity in his voice cutting through the arena like a knife. He didn't waste time with pleasantries or generic wrestling promos. He went straight for the throat. He called out Breakker for thinking he's untouchable, for believing that his youth and strength make him invincible, and for forgetting that there are levels to this game that he hasn't even begun to understand. Rollins reminded everyone watching that he's been in every possible situation imaginable. He's main event WrestleMania, he's held every major championship, he's battled legends, and he's created legends. And now this young upstart thinks he can just walk in and disrespect everything Rollins has built. The tension in that building was electric. You could feel it radiating off the screen. Every fan in attendance was on their feet because they sensed something massive was about to go down. Rollins paced back and forth in that ring like a caged animal waiting to be unleashed. His words were sharp, calculated, and designed to get under Breakker's skin. He questioned whether the Intercontinental Champion was really as tough as he claims, or if he's just been feasting on competition that wasn't prepared for his intensity. Rollins made it crystal clear that he's different. He's been through wars that would break most men. He's survived battles that would end careers. And he's not about to let some muscle-bound freight train derail his legacy. Then came the moment everyone was waiting for. Bron Breakker's music hit and the entire atmosphere shifted. The champion walked out with that title draped over his shoulder, looking like he didn't have a care in the world. But you could see it in his body language. He was ready for a fight. He marched down that ramp with purpose, his eyes never leaving Rollins, and when he stepped into that ring, it felt like two forces of nature were about to collide. The stare down between these two was absolutely intense. Neither man blinked. Neither man backed down. It was a clash of generations, a collision of styles, and a preview of the absolute carnage that's coming. Breakker grabbed a microphone and fired back with the kind of confidence that only comes from being on an unstoppable roll. He told Rollins that his time has passed, that the old guard needs to step aside for the new generation, and that there's nothing the visionary can do to stop what's already in motion. He reminded everyone that he's been destroying everyone put in front of him. He's been dominating matches, winning championships, and proving that he's not just hype, he's the real deal. And if Rollins wants to step up and test him, then Breakker is more than happy to add another name to his list of victims. The verbal exchange between these two was absolutely scorching. Rollins fired back about how many young stars have come through those doors claiming to be the next big thing only to fade away when the lights got too bright. He talked about how being tough in a few matches doesn't mean anything until you've proven you can sustain that success over years, not months. He challenged Breakker's mentality, questioned his heart, and made it abundantly clear that when they finally step into that ring together, it's not going to be just another match. It's going to be a fight for pride, for respect, and for the right to claim dominance over Monday Night Raw. Security and officials tried to keep them separated because everyone backstage knew that if these two got their hands on each other right then and there, the entire arena would explode. But you could see it in both their eyes. This is personal. This isn't about championships or accolades anymore. This is about two alpha males who refuse to back down, refuse to show weakness, and refuse to let anyone else stand in their way. Rollins wants revenge for being disrespected. Breakker wants to prove that he's not just another flash in the pan. And when these two motivations collide, it's going to create something absolutely explosive. The WWE Universe is buzzing with anticipation because this is the kind of rivalry that defines eras. This is the kind of feud that people will remember years from now. You have the established veteran who has nothing left to prove but everything to fight for. And you have the hungry young champion who believes his time is now and nobody can tell him otherwise. The contrast in styles makes this even more compelling. Rollins is the master strategist, the architect who can outthink and outmaneuver anyone. Breaker is raw power, pure aggression, and relentless intensity. When these styles clash, when these mindsets collide, the result is going to be nothing short of spectacular. What makes this rivalry even more intriguing is the psychological warfare that's already begun. Rollins knows how to get inside someone's head. He's done it to the best in the business. He knows which buttons to push, which insecurities to exploit, and how to make his opponents second-guess themselves. But Breaker isn't your typical opponent. He's confident to the point of arrogance. He believes in his abilities so strongly that mental games might not work the way they usually do. This creates a fascinating dynamic where Rollins might have to rely more on his in-ring brilliance than his psychological tactics. Fans on social media have been going absolutely wild with predictions and analysis. Some believe Rollins' experience will be the deciding factor, that when the pressure is at its highest, his championship pedigree will shine through. Others argue that Breaker's momentum is too strong, that he's on such a tier that not even someone of Rollins' caliber can stop him. The debate rages on because both arguments have merit. This isn't a clear-cut situation where one guy is obviously going to dominate. This is a genuine clash where either man could walk away victorious depending on how things unfold. The backstage fallout from this confrontation has been intense. Superstars are choosing sides. Some are Team Rollins, respecting everything he's accomplished and believing he deserves to put this young star in his place. Others are Team Breaker, excited about fresh blood at the top and wanting to see the new generation take over. The locker room is divided, and that division only adds more fuel to this already raging fire. When the actual match happens, when these two finally lock up in that ring with no interruptions and no excuses, the entire wrestling world will be watching. The build-up to their eventual confrontation is going to be must-see television. Every Raw appearance, every promo, every interaction between these two is going to be loaded with tension. The creative team has struck gold here because both men are incredibly talented on the microphone and even better between the ropes. This isn't a situation where one guy has to carry the feud. Both Rollins and Breaker are more than capable of delivering in every aspect. The promos will be fire. The matches will be brutal. And the moments they create together will be talked about for a very long time. Looking at their in-ring styles, this match has the potential to be an absolute classic. Rollins brings technical brilliance, high-flying innovation, and the ability to adapt to any situation. He can go move for move with the best technical wrestlers, he can fly around the ring with the cruiserweights, and he can brawl with the toughest fighters. His versatility makes him one of the most dangerous opponents anyone can face. Breaker brings raw athleticism, devastating power moves, and an intensity that's hard to match. He hits like a freight train, moves with surprising speed for someone his size, and has that killer instinct that makes him genuinely intimidating. The question on everyone's mind is what stipulation will be added to their match. Will it be a standard one-on-one encounter? Will it be a no disqualification fight where anything goes? Could it be inside a steel cage where neither man can escape until there's a definitive winner? The possibilities are endless, and each option brings its own unique flavor to what's already shaping up to be an incredible rivalry. Whatever the stipulation ends up being, you can bet it's going to be designed to maximize the violence and drama that both men are capable of delivering. The championship implications add another layer to this situation. Breaker holds the Intercontinental Championship, and while Rollins hasn't explicitly said he wants that title, everyone knows that championships matter. If Rollins can defeat Breaker and take that title, it would be another incredible achievement in his already legendary career. It would also prove that he's still at the top of his game and that the younger generation isn't ready to push him aside just yet. For Breaker, defending the championship against someone of Rollins' caliber would be the ultimate statement. It would prove that he's not just beating up on mid-card talent. It would show that he can hang with and defeat the absolute best. The emotional stakes are through the roof. Rollins has put everything on the line throughout his career. He's sacrificed his body, his time, and his health to reach the pinnacle of this industry. Having someone like Breaker disrespect that legacy cuts deep. This isn't just about winning a match. This is about defending everything he's worked for. This is about proving that experience and wisdom still matter in a world that's always looking for the next big thing. For Breaker, this is his opportunity to make the statement of a lifetime. Beating Seth Rollins would instantly elevate him to another level. It would prove that he's not just the future, he's the present. The WWE Universe is in for an absolute treat as this rivalry continues to develop. Every segment featuring these two is going to be appointment viewing. The intensity they bring, the authenticity of their conflict, and the genuine star power both men possess creates a perfect storm of entertainment. This is what professional wrestling is all about. Two incredibly talented performers with real chemistry and a compelling story that fans can invest in emotionally. There's no forced narrative here. There's no manufactured drama. This feels real, it feels personal, and it feels like something that absolutely has to be settled in that ring. As we watch this story unfold week after week, the anticipation is only going to grow stronger. The promos are going to get more heated. The physical confrontations are going to get more intense. And when they finally step into that ring for their match, it's going to be one of those moments that reminds everyone why they fell in love with wrestling in the first place. This is the kind of rivalry that creates stars, defines careers, and gives fans memories that last forever. Seth Rollins vs. Bron Breakker is happening, and it's going to be absolutely incredible. Make sure you stay subscribed to this channel because we're going to be covering every single development in this rivalry as it happens, bringing you all the latest news, analysis, and exclusive content you won't find anywhere else. So hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment of this incredible story as it continues to unfold.